Hello everyone, I'm Florentina Alden, founder of Wellness of Leadership. My mission is to empower people and organizations to health and success. My guest today is Heidi Swan. Welcome, Heidi.
Thank you, Florentina.
Heidi is the author of A Night in Jail. She's also a public speaker and an actress.
Yeah. Thank you.
Heidi, I heard a very impactful speech of yours when you shared about your brother and his story and addiction. Well, today we are talking about addiction and mental health. What inspired you to write a book?
Well, my brother was suffering from schizophrenia, and he lived on the streets and was a drug addict and dealer who went to jail 18 times when he wasn't living underneath a freeway. He got off drugs and got mental health treatment, and we were talking with each other about what his perceptions were when he was living outside, and I was mortified and fascinated at the same time by his story. At the same time, there were studies that were coming out that were brand new, groundbreaking studies about the impact of drugs on a developing brain, that is to say, a teenage brain. And it showed that the younger a person is and the more frequently a person uses drugs, the more damaging it is to a brain. And the latest studies are showing it. And the reason that we don't know about it is because the studies are so new that they haven't been integrated into our educational system yet. That's according to Francis Jensen, neuroscientist and author of The Teenage Brain.
So it sounds like that's the next step.
Yeah, making sure everybody knows.
Right.
Yeah.
Explaining to these young adults, teenagers, you know, what the consequences really are and how the substance affects the brain.
And that the consequence is not just feeling tired the next day, or perhaps vomiting, or going to the emergency room, or not doing as well as you wanted to on a test. The consequence could be lifelong. And my brother's story really illustrates that, unfortunately.
It's fascinating how you took all this information and the story and turned it into a novella.
Oh, thank you.
That is so appealing to the young reader, right? The young mind.
I hope so. I hope so. I really wanted to write a book that was something that people would want to read, that they would say, oh, what's going to happen? Oh no, you know, and get that sense of urgency when they were reading it, and not just a book about what they should do with their life and what's the bad thing that can happen to you. You know, I think there's lots of books out there like that, and there's lots of speakers out there like that. I just really wanted a book that would pull people in a story. So I hope that's what I've done.